Hey all, hope you're doing well. Just let you know there are some new books on my shelves, and I got them probably within the last week or so since I last posted. So just letting you know, I got all those handbooks that I was showing you. So yeah, new edition. My sister got one edition when I had another edition, and so I felt the need to change it. So there you go. So today the book I'm going to review is Frederik Backman's Beartown, probably what led to his popularity, along with A Man Called Ove, which I had previously reviewed. I think here, can't remember. It's been a while, but I think I did. But I did read that one. I have read that one. Anyways, this is my second Frederik Backman book that I'm reading, and here we go. People say Beartown is finished. A tiny community nestled deep in the forest, it is slowly losing ground to the ever-encroaching trees. But down by the lake stands an old ice rink, built generations ago by the working men who founded the town. And that rink is the reason people in Beartown believe tomorrow will be better than today. Their junior hockey team is about to compete in the national championships, and they actually have a shot at winning. All the hopes and dreams of the town now rest on the shoulders of a handful of teenage boys. A victory would send star player Kevin on to a brilliant professional career future in the NHL. It would mean everything to Emma, a scrawny 15-year-old treated like an outcast everywhere but on the ice. And it would justify the choice that Peter, the team's general manager, and his wife Kira made to return to his hometown and raise their children in this beautiful but isolated place. Being responsible for the hopes of an entire town is a heavy burden, and the semifinal match is a catalyst for a violent act that leaves a young girl traumatized and a town in turmoil. Hers is a story no one wants to believe, since the truth would mean the end of a dream. Accusations are made, and like ripples on a pond, they travel through all of Beartown, leaving no resident unaffected. I gave this book a 4.75. So close to a 5. It was so close to being perfect. I think for me, it just started out a little too slow, and I had to restart it once. So, I will put a caveat on this book. There are major warnings on this book for rape, especially for rape. And for, I'm not sure, but definitely rape. It happens about halfway through, so just don't be surprised when it does happen. And also for some violence that happens. It's a very interesting book, and it made me think of the whole Brock Turner thing, and reinvestigate that whole thing, and just. But in any case, really fascinating book. I can see why people like it. I can also see why people are torn, because there are some people who really do not like it and think that the event that does happen, that catalysts makes the rest of the book possible. I can see why. I can see why people have such varying opinions, and it's so solely divided, but I can see why it's excellent writing. And I know some people won't care for the hockey. I get that, but that's only a catalyst for the story, really. And I think how athletes can be treated in small towns. And I'm not surprised it happened. It also made me think of the Hockey Canada incident, that trial, and then the subsequent trial. If you type in Hockey Canada trial, you will probably find out what I'm talking about. I don't want to mention it on here. A girl, well, actually I will. A girl alleged that a bunch of Hockey Canada team members from, I'd say 10 years ago, maybe now, gang raped her. And it was not a good situation for everybody, and it really shone a light on how hockey players are, at least in small town Canada, much like in small town Sweden, are idolized and idealized and put up on a pedestal. And for such young players to be put in that situation, unfortunately. And when something like this happens, I think what happened in the book, I think you have a situation where everything is called into question. But that being said, and I know a lot of people don't like the topic that is being discussed in this book, but I think it's an important topic, because I think it happens in a lot of sports where, you know, if you're in the United States in college towns where you have a college player who plays for the university football or basketball team, I think there is a certain preference for them. I mean, I remember there was a time when there were accusations of college players taking what basically amounted to basket weaving. Really easy courses that would allow them to pass. Sorry, I just don't like having glare in my... So, yeah, and it's a cloudy day today, and so you get that today, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess I could get anti-glare, or I could do this. And then you could see myself without glasses, which is very rare. But I prefer to have my glasses because then I can actually see. I did really like this book. I mean, there was, in my book club group that read it, there were definitely a lot of split there was a split at it. Like, there was sort of people who really didn't feel that, didn't like the hockey trope. There was at least one person. And there was, yeah, and some people felt it was overused. Some people didn't feel it was overused, I think. And it was kind of split, you know, by those who really liked it and who really didn't. And I can see why. Can definitely see why there is that split. So that was Beartown by Frederik Backman. I want to read the next two books. I'm planning on reading the next two books. I know the next book is called Us Before You, I think. And then the last book in the series, in the Beartown series, is The Winners, which I know is a very long book. It's like probably about 600 pages. I've seen the thickness of it. This one was even long for its... I wrote a note in here when I was reading. Have so many thoughts about this book. On one hand, I want to scream bloody murder. On the other, I want to embrace it. Can see why so many people like this book. Yeah, I did. I wanted to scream. I wanted to scream at times. So that was Beartown by Frederik Backman. I look forward to talking to you soon, and bye for now.